In this question, we're asked to find out the volume of a compound shape. Now, working out the volume of a compound shape is very similar to working out the area of the compound shape, apart from we've got an extra dimension to take into account. We first need to take into account the area of the cross-section. So in this case, our cross-section looks like an L shape. And we would want to break that into two separate shapes as we would as if we were calculating the area of the shape. So I've got a pink section here, and I've also got a blue section across the top. Now I'm going to call it area A and area B. We first need to check that we have all the dimensions we need. Now if we look at the area of A, we can see that we need to calculate this height here because this 8 has been split. We also need to label up the distance there at the top. We can see in our diagram that we have 11 centimetres all the way across there. 5 makes up part of that, with the remainder of the 11 left at the top. So 11, take away the 5, gives us a distance at the top of 6. Similarly, if we look at the vertical heights, I have a full vertical height of 8. Part of that height is given here as 2, which matches up to that one there, which means 8, take away this 2, gives me a height of 6 here. That means I can work out the area of A as being 6 multiplied by 6 gives me 36 centimetres squared. Moving on to B. I know the full distance across the bottom is 11. I've marked up that this height here is 2. That means I have 11 multiplied by 2 gives me 22 centimetres squared. The total area is equal to 36 add 22, which is 58 centimetres squared. We know the volume is the cross section multiplied by the length. We have calculated that the cross section is 58. The length is given to me in the question as being 10 centimetres here. This entire shape goes back 10 centimetres, which means I need to multiply that by 10. That gives me a volume of 580 centimetres cubed. Press pause while you try the your turn question. If you'd like to press play to ensure that you have labelled up your sides accurately, as we did first year, please do so. The face of this shape, the cross section, is again an L shape. We will split this up into two separate parts. So I'm looking at area of B at the bottom in the same way as I did before. And I'm also looking at the area of A at the top, which I also did before. We now must check to see whether we've got the measurements that we should have. If I look at this distance up here to begin with, I know that across the bottom in total is 9. 5 centimetres takes me part of the way. Therefore 9 take away 5 gives me 4 centimetres left over. Next, looking at the vertical heights, in total I have a vertical height here of 8. Part of that is 3, as that matches up there, which means my leftover distance here would be 8 take away this 3 to give me 5. That means to work out the area of A, I would say 4 multiplied by 5 gives me 20 centimetres squared. To work out the area of B, I would say 9 multiplied by 3 gives me 27 centimetres squared. The total is 20, add 27, giving me 47 centimetres squared. My volume is calculated by the area of the cross section multiplied by the length. In this case, our cross section is 47 and our length coincidentally is 10 centimetres again. It is not always going to be 10 centimetres. That means to calculate our volume, we say 47 multiplied by 10 gives us a volume of 470 centimetres cubed.